What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back with another week of the Quigley podcast. It's been a minute. That's actually going to be on me. Got a little busy, messed up the scheduling, but we are back and we have a lot of news to go over from, everything under the sun. College Halo, we got some Pro Halo news, we got some Xbox and Microsoft news, general just gaming stuff. Probably some stuff I'm honestly forgetting because I'm just like that. But me and Banksy are going to talk about it. So stick around and see what I have forgotten. We'll see you. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back with another week of the Quigley podcast. It is my fault, once again, that we are 2 weeks behind because I messed up our scheduling. And honestly, then also messed up our scheduling another week in a row because I left for the College Halo LAN, which we will get to later in this video. I am once again joined by none other than Banksy Boy himself, the 5-time champion.
Every time,
Those who know will know. How we doing?
Doing good. I got my dog sleeping in here with me. Now.
Okay.
So transition in the house. He's hanging out. Yeah, pretty good. Outside of the fact that because of you, everyone in College Halo calls me Chris. And when I mean everybody,
I almost thought about having Corn call and be like, "Yo, Chris."
Oh, dude, I would have lost it, man. Corn's great. Corn is great, but I would have been like, "What? What?"
Yeah, that would have been funny though.
It would have. And for everybody listening, Corn is one of the casters for the CCL, the college COD, and he's also one of my teammates on Full Sail Armada's Squadron COD team. Let me put some emphasis on that idea. But we'll bypass that.
Make sure you know.
Squadron. And we got the cooler jersey this time, just saying.
Wow.
They got pure orange. I got pure white.
Yeah, that's you guys got the better end there.
Like if I hang
pure orange is disgusting.
If I hang all my jerseys up, I have two of the black and I have the black and gray that we got that you had. You wore it at the LAN actually, and then I have a white one now. It doesn't say Squadron. It says Full Sail Armada on it. But
how much you think I'd have to pay Cura to just like slide me a jersey, on the side?
Which one?
Yeah,
you got 8 days.
The white one. Whoa.
I'm saying it
because jerseys are getting slim, right? That's why.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Shatter did go. Anybody who didn't get a jersey, let me know. And I'm so tempted to be like, Shatter, I'll take a second one.
I'm gonna message Shatter right now
and be like, hey, can I get one of those Squadron jerseys? I mean, I
personally like, yo, Banksy said that you guys got extra jerseys. Let me lock in. let me lock in. I'll represent.
The jerseys were cool. I saw you wearing yours on LAN. I thought that was cool. The whole idea that Connor had of wearing your old school. Like he had New Haven, Naz had YCP. Obviously, UNA was wearing UNA. They were playing. Did Eder wear his?
Eder, of course, was behind predict. Let me just because we are going to start with College Halo, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just go ahead and before, because I do want to say what everybody was wearing. I do want to give a huge shout out first before I even dive in, because I'll forget, to everybody who made that possible, right? Of course, the 3 teams that showed up and played, UNA, UOU, Fisher. It would not literally, we could not have an event if teams don't show up and play. And then on the other end, huge shout out to all of the staff who showed up, all the, the regular everyday College Halo staff, all the way to just, our great and wonderful casters.
Oh yeah, dude, you guys killed it.
Just, Connor was, was there. No, I'm just joking. Connor was doing a lot. Connor told me that he always feels weird because like he doesn't want to feel like he's useless, and he was literally doing a lot. Like I cannot underestimate that fact that he was. Dill Odin was there. Matt Kish was there. Eder Dogbear, he was there. Some new faces of the College Halo world this season. Monkey Man and Revenite were there, so that was like super hyped to have them casting a bunch of our
Yes.
games. And it was just all around like it was a huge team effort, and everybody just went in getting everything together and making it happen. And I think it was a really good event. To get over that and get to your question, yes, Eder did not have a jersey when he played at Rutgers, so he actually wore they had esports hoodies.
That's
It's a white hoodie.
yeah.
It's got, dude, it's so gas. It's got like Japanese writing down the sleeve. I don't know what it says. And then on the back it says, it's got like just like the jersey style, like his gamer tag, and it says Rutgers Esports on the front or something like Rutgers something. Um, Sadly, Kish completely forgot his OU jersey, so he brought his OU marching line band shirt and wore that. And then I had the Full Sail, and Connor had the New Haven. So there
Yeah,
was definitely some representation from different schools. It was hype.
yeah. If I got to go, I would think I would. I mean, I love our jersey. I mean, I think our jersey was pretty cool for our season. But I'd probably wear my original one just to fill out the like first season, right? Because
Yeah,
I don't think that was Connor's final jersey. I think that was his. Was it?
I don't know. Didn't ask.
Um, dude, you should have asked. Um, but I mean, I thought that idea was really cool. And yeah, huge shout out to the casters. I did tweet at them through the Quigley's Twitter. Because dude, Monkey Man, what a. I mean, I think I've experienced Monkey Man the least out of everyone. Obviously, because I've been in eights with Rev. I've talked to Rev outside of College Halo. So, but seeing Monkey Man was so funny because I didn't realize someone could have such a perfect beard in Cast
Oh,
Halo.
it's so good. Oh
Yeah.
wait, I'll just like a little story about him.
It's,
So like, I believe it was, well, so we were casting pretty much through lunch, and it got to be about like 2:30. Um, and we had like a good little break time because we were like letting players take a break to go eat and stuff. And I was just like, well, I mean, we can't really like just leave. Like we have to be here.
right.
So let's just order something. So I get on Uber Eats and I'm like, dude, I'm getting Wingstop. So I go around and I'm like getting all the staff, like, everybody's just gonna order on my account. And I'm like, yo, Monkey Man, like, what you want? And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, like, I'm getting everybody Wingstop. Like, what do you want? And he was like, I've never had Wingstop. And he was like, do they have like dry rub stuff or like anything? And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, well, like, I don't want to eat anything too messy because the beard.
That
So we ended up finding him some barbecue wings. He was able to eat them carefully, boneless, of course, and he did not get anything in his beard. So
you know what? I mean,
I tip it. I tip it. That's commitment.
yeah, I'll take it. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. That's he thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
Thought
Mm-hmm.
about it. But they killed it. The production killed it. I know there were delays due to technological issues, not necessarily you guys or like production, but the PCs themselves
Yeah. Yeah.
crashing or I mean, I knew Alvi had audio issues. You know what I mean? I think I DM'd you once.
Shout
And I
out
was
Alvy, man.
yeah, dude, Alvi. I saw when he first started, his hair was down. He was getting into the LAN. Second game came in, he had his hair up. That man was locked coming in that second game. Um, I actually liked what you guys did, and I don't know if this was a plan. If it was like Dill that kind of thought about this, but the round robin because we didn't have
Okay, yeah.
UVU anymore.
So that was a team, like a team conversation that happened pretty like close to the start. I mean, not like day of tournament or day
Right,
before. It was definitely like a couple. It was a couple days before. Once we found out that UVU wasn't going to be able to make it, because at that point we pretty much realized we were literally going to watch 3 games.
right.
And so we definitely wanted to bring something in. So we took a little bit of and I'm not like taking any credit for this because I can't really remember. I know Kish was the one who completely like wrote it out in full format, but I can't remember exactly whose full on idea it was per se. Um, but I know we took a little bit of inspiration from College COD because that's kind of how they ran theirs was, here's your top 6 or top 8, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And here's this, we're going to reset the bracket with a, kind of play-in tournament, kind of like pools. Of course, we didn't have enough teams to be playing pools, so we did a little round robin thing. We had the idea that Fisher would probably be first in said round robin, but it was just the idea to like get more Halo on viewers' screens, and I think that's always going to be best at the end of the day. So
yeah, I mean, I liked it. I like the idea of it going into it. Why was 12 o'clock the original start time, or was it?
Originally, I believe it was later, and then because we included the round robin,
Oh, I got you. I
we
got
ended
you.
up, yeah, we ended up moving it up a little bit just
Yeah.
to make sure we were good.
Let me lay this out. As if you're listening, when you go to
Oh,
tweet the time for an event, please put the
oh.
region like EST or something.
Yeah, Naz, I can't lie. You're in ECC now. You should be better about this type of stuff, man.
Yeah, so the tweet went up, and I mean, all of us over here, for like us on Quigley's side, we're already at 12 Eastern, and it was 12 Central where you guys were.
Yeah.
So I was getting messages, and I'm like, guys, I'm pretty sure it's 1, and they were like, huh, and I was like, I think they tweeted their time and weren't thinking like
Yeah.
esports
No,
wise, like
yeah.
yeah.
No.
I didn't. I was like, don't even. They were like, ask Ben. I was like, don't even worry about it. They'll go live. I didn't think I'd get you, honestly, if I messaged you that early.
I was so busy, dude.
So let me ask this: did you guys like take turns helping them set up the LAN, or like, because I saw a few times like you. I think I texted you because I thought it was funny because I was like Ben Fish on deck or something because you showed up on the mainstream going behind talking looking at the PCs while I think Fisher was having issues. um was that just walking around seeing where they were, how they were doing?
So Kish, huge, shout out again to what everybody was actually doing behind the scenes. Eder was running production, so like, when scenes were changing, when a player, when player names would change, like, anything that changed on screen was Eder. While you were actually in game, that was Kish. So Eder was doing production. Kish was doing like actual, what is it? Observer. He was
Yep.
actually like in the game observing. The PC that we had Kish on was actually the host PC for the lobby, so that we could actually be the ones back in the production room starting the lobby up. It wasn't just like them doing it whenever they felt like it.
Right.
Um, the few times that you would have seen me out there, we were kind of swapping out. So like if me and Connor were on the desk, Rev and Monkey Man were out there kind of being able to, mediate between players and us in the production room. And then vice versa, when Monkey Man and Rev were on camera, me and Connor were out there trying to do what we needed to do. Mainly, I would say PC wise, what you were seeing me do was check. So, huge shout out, by the way. First time that I think we've done this in quite some time. We had listeners.
Yes, I thought that was great.
So we used a new software called Mumble. It's like a kind of like TeamSpeak, I guess you could say, but it also, I don't know how it works 100%, but you actually set up like a full-on server that then draws in everyone's communication. So like anytime Eder joined in, he could just pull that straight into OBS or whatever he was streaming through, right?
Okay, and they couldn't
I
hear
wasn't
you.
doing production. I wasn't, yeah. So it was weird. Something wouldn't work right. So whenever he would do listen-ins, the two casters just had to be silent because our mics were still hot. Um, I don't necessarily know how it all worked. I did not do production. I just helped out when stuff broke. You know what I mean? So that's
Respect.
when you would see me back there, right? Somebody's game wasn't loading. Somebody's controller wasn't popping up. Somebody's teammate couldn't hear them. Whatever it might have been, right? Um, I would say that was primarily what there was like a few times where something would happen, and I cannot say what on this podcast. Um, that things would happen where like there was a need for admin type work, but Connor handled most of that pretty quickly. So I feel like all in all, like it ran
Oh,
pretty smoothly.
yeah, we won't. I mean, eh. I mean, eh.
If you know, yeah, I don't think you know fully what I'm talking about, and we cannot say that here.
Might be able to. It's the.
Okay,
I mean, we'll talk about it later.
yeah, we cannot. We literally cannot.
I think we can. Um,
Okay, yeah, we're not thinking of the same thing.
we gotta be.
Okay.
For the listeners, we're like, look, I'm looking at him. He's thinking. I'm thinking. Who knows? Um, I was just wondering that because I mean, there was obviously a lot of in between. I'm going to say this for the listeners: you and Connor were so cooked on stream together.
What do you mean?
First game you guys casted, great, locked in. You got to the second game, it was pretty late in the
We were
night.
locked in.
Hold on, the second game, pretty late in the night, we were struggling. We were struggling. You guys were in the whole. We're teleporting. Now we're here. We're in
I mean, I think
stream.
that was just like honestly, Revenite and Monkey Man are very professional with it, and like that's not like a slide. Like that's very
They're
good
casters.
and yes, and like I think it comes down to their commentators. Me and Connor are what's the word? It's on the tip of my tongue, and I can't. We
Conversationists.
are
I don't.
entertainers.
Okay. Yeah,
Like
like
we'll come on and be vibey and energetic and like in your face and just like make
and
stuff funny. Rev and Monkey Man will like keep everything centered around the gameplay. They will keep everything locked in, and that's like what is needed, especially in some of those more important matchups. In the games that we were covering, there might have been some importance, but it was a lot more of like us just trying to keep the vibes up. You know what I mean?
yeah, I think you guys did
Um,
UNA later in the night. Like it was like we were getting pretty long in the day at this point. About 7 o'clock my time, probably about 6. You guys had probably been up early, and I felt like you guys came back in after like a long delay on the actual like getting the PCs up and going, getting them up and going. COD I think was finishing their finals where St. Clair won, but um when you guys came in, I think it was around like map 3, right? It's 2-0, UOU's up, and you guys just seemed gassed, right? You're like, alrighty, like not like that. Like you didn't say like alrighty then, but like you guys were trying to keep it up. And I'm like, oh dude, I'm in the call and like they're gassed, bro.
it
Ben's
was
exhausted.
well, we were gassed because it was like so late by then, but I think it was also like to be fair, not to say that there was a straight up bias, but like we wanted to see something from UNA. Like UNA had not really made a showing so far in the tournament.
Right.
And so like by that point, we just wanted to see because like every game well, I mean every game through that technically, but up till that point, all we had seen was 3-0s and 4-0s.
Yep.
So like we just wanted to see a good series, and we were sitting at a 2-0 currently, and we were starting to get a little like, like you know what I mean? Like we
Yeah.
were trying to keep the vibes up, but the vibes were getting pushed down.
Yeah. Um tell me about the and I'll end my questions and then let you throw anything you want to talk about the land. Tell me about that production room. That was just you guys, right? In the room you guys were casting in.
So there were a few rooms that were usable by us. Um, so when you walked into the main room, the COD commentators had kind of taken this one spot where the couches were. And then you had this like wall of rooms that were kind of like off to the side. One was marked off for like the observer for COD, and then one was hadn't been used, and then one at the end was NECC media, and that's like the room that they use to take pictures and do videos and all that the first day. Um, After media day ended, we kind of took over that room. So um, we used the green screen that they had for um
Yeah, the maps and stuff.
for
Yeah.
pictures. That's how we were teleporting to vacancy, and
Yeah.
um so we did use the green screen in there. So it was literally couch, recliner, table with two like flat screen TVs sat on it. Behind that was side desk over here that had uh oh dude, I forgot a huge shout out too. Ron was there doing a bunch of graphic work and helping Nascast do graphics and things like that for C Halo. So shout out to Ron too. I completely forgot. Um Right table was Ron, Nascast, Brandy. They were constantly getting clips. They were doing video stuff after games. They were taking pictures, editing any sort of graphics and things that needed to go on socials. Left side were two PC setups. That was Kish Eder. And then you had, just this open backfill area where anybody else kind of standing around was at.
I've always kind of questioned a little bit of the like social media side of it. Um, of like how much
You
prep.
trying to say we should fire Nascast? Is that what you're saying?
No, no, no. I just, mm.
Whoa.
I'm just saying like the prep that goes into it. And maybe I know Ron, I don't know if he does CCL stuff anymore. I know he did.
He does. He does.
So like maybe they should hire somebody else too. Like give him some help. Um, because like when it comes to the social media graphics, in my opinion, speed is kind of the name of the game, right?
Hmm.
If you can't change it on the fly or like post it as soon as it happens, um, it's not as like crazy, I want to say, or as like exciting, right?
Yeah.
Um,
That was honestly something that Connor kind of came out with. So originally, I think the idea was
it's hungry, guys.
they're so good. Um, some people were thinking that me and Nascast were going to cast together. But then Connor came in and was like, I want us to be on top of like, we need to be like 110% in like our content game. So that was when he made the decision like, I'm going to cast with Ben. Nascast, I need you sitting at a desk live tweeting. I need you posting
Right.
after every, you know what I mean? Like after every game is over. So I think it was a good decision at the end of the day, just to make sure that
The,
we had like a good content presence going through.
the
Um,
graphics were made on the fly, right?
so they were made
I
on the
know.
fly.
I know he has templates. I know the way Ron works. He has templates and stuff. Um, but like adding the teams and the scores were like the on the fly thing, right? Like who won it?
Yeah, so like of course they had like the player like media day. They were able to get all the player pictures and edit all those to have those ready to just import them into Figma whenever needed. Um, and then they kind of had like the setup for how it was going to look, and then they were able to just, okay, these are the two players we're going to have show up for like the versus, the matchup versus graphic. Throw these two players in. It's already set up to look like it needs to. We just need to place the players in the right spots. Post the graph. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was definitely like I think they had a really good system going, to be fair.
Okay. Because it's like one of those things, like how to kind of speed it up. Because I think the only thing that I would say was slow, at least on my end, and it could be Twitter, but I'm pretty sure when I was looking at the timers, because I kept College Halo's Twitter up, was the posting of the map wins. The series wins would go out, and the MVPs would go out pretty quick. But it felt like the map wins would always go out kind of late, right? Like we're
Yeah.
already like halfway through map 3 and we're just now getting map 2 posted on Twitter, and it's kind of one of those things like if you were to have tuned in because you saw map 2 was over, you might miss map 3. And then you're into a long delay based on, just the technical issues that the venue had. Um
Yeah.
so like that's about the only like slow thing where like I've always kind of questioned like HCS and stuff, right? I'm like, do they just like let's say they're graphic people, they just go and make folders of like optic, just 3 whatever. You get what I'm saying? Like to just be able to quickly put in,
Yeah, I can see that.
like they're just filling in the template by just adding in pictures versus editing the said pictures or what have it. To where like HCS only has to edit the score or the winner. You know what I mean? Um, to make it as seamless as possible, and as you got to upload it. So just kind of that thing. Just I've always wondered just what kind of idea go into it, how many people work on it necessarily. Ron being alone is definitely tough. Um,
Yeah, no, 100%.
especially with the format. You're like, I mean, like we've talked about, you kind of might know who's going to win it. Like you said, like we want UNA to have some fight here. So you're like, bring it to it, but you kind of might already know Fisher's going to 3-0 this, or like UOU is going to 3-0 this, and you can preemptively make that based on,
I agree.
what I
Yeah.
mean? Like just that aspect, maybe if it's even possible at our level. Or
Like, and not to be like that person, but I have a feeling they probably already had a, like, closer to the time of that game being played, they probably already had a Fisher Champions graphic made, right? Like they
yeah.
probably didn't make that one on the fly, just to be fair.
Oh, I think like
Um,
those kind of things. I think every team should have a champion slide already made, and then it just comes down to
really?
because like if you're at top 3 and you've done your
Well,
media day, you've got your pictures.
yeah,
You get what I'm saying? Like you go ahead and you have 3 pictures of champions, one for UNA, one, and I'm talking about just the social media people.
I can
Not
get that.
Yeah, like if they already have that,
That's valid.
bam, finals is done. Um, and then you kind of think about it, like if you have MVPs, go ahead and make it would suck for social media. It sucks for one person, but go ahead and make the templates with their pictures. So you're not adding their pictures, you're adding the stats that you see in real time.
Yeah.
Like you just go through and you're like, okay, I need Mike 120. Bam. You got Mike 120's template, you put in whatever stats. I don't think he got MVP. I know a lot was
He
Alvy.
might have for like a game or something, like one of their games.
It might have been one game, but I know Bonzi got one. Um, it's just ways to speed it up, right? Like if your plan is that, I just think those are like
Yeah.
things to just, if you want to do an MVP each map,
Mhm.
it might take time for prep, but in the moment, you're just making sure you have the right information on the right person. Um, is like my mindset. It's like cooking. You do all this prep to make the cook easier. You don't just make
Yeah.
sure, you don't have all the ingredients in the fridge and then when it's time, go, "Brr."
You can.
I mean, yeah, you can. I mean, they did probably half the time. But let's talk about the Fisher win.
Okay.
You're there. So give me your experience going through the whole thing.
It was expected.
Okay.
I don't know what more to say. Like, I'm not trying to be like that guy, but like y'all saw it coming.
The
Um,
7 time.
I I mean, okay. Here's what I'll say. Fisher's been a dominant force for many seasons. I know I saw some people in the chat who were like, "This Fisher team's really, like new people who probably don't know the scene very well. This Fisher team's really good. Like, some of these other teams are going to need to find a way to step it up, or they're never going to be able to compete." And it's like, yeah, that's how it's been for the past 8 seasons. Um, but with that said, like, I don't necessarily think that they're done for. I hate to say that. A lot of people thought that, well, okay, originally people thought that they were done for last season. Spartan graduated. Maysky was kind of really focusing on HCS stuff. He wasn't really wanting to play another season. Nobody really thought they were going to.
Bam.
Alvy kind of came in and decided that he wanted to play. Ended up getting the team back together. They ended up running another season. Sadly, Maysky is finally graduating
Going for his
with
masters.
Yeah, he's going for his master's, but of course that will be somewhere else. So unless
Yeah.
his other school that he starts to go to has Halo, his college Halo run is probably over. With that being said, uh, there was a mention. Sorry, I got to plug in my phone. There was a mention that Alvi may be potentially trying to keep this team alive going into next season. So for anyone who was deeply disappointed when they found out Fisher was coming back, you might be deeply disappointed once again.
And I mean that roster, and I'll say this,
Yeah.
it wasn't just Mason. A lot of people were like, "Oh, you got," and I'll say this about the chat. This is where I'm gonna say this, chat. You were faded. For one, they called Mason a now Mason's good. They called Mason a pro player. Mason is an AM player. Yes, he plays with pros. He's good, but he's not a pro player, right? He's not contracted to a team. But they were like, of course a pro player wins. And I wanted to shut him down because this is when like Alvi was popping off. Hunnit was popping off. I mean, shout out to Hunnit. He was killing it, right? It was not just Mason. Fisher was killing it as a team. And even without Mason, if Fisher is able to come back, I don't know everybody's degree, like where they're at Fisher, but like Hunnit, Alvi as a duo is so dominant that if they can just train somebody up or Fisher can train some people up, it's still a dominant team.
All right. Here we go. You ready?
Ready.
Yo, Fisher. For a full ride, I'll come play. Whoa, think about it. Fisher Ben Fish. It already fits into, like, you guys can use me as your marketing.
Fisher. He's so right. But
so if you guys need a fourth, if you guys need a third, look, I'll literally just fly mid and be bait for you guys to steal. I mean, you guys can just use me as bait the whole season.
Fisher,
I'll run it.
I'm just letting you know. I end up queuing with Alvi and ranked. This guy doesn't. Okay, I'm still in college. This guy's not. I'll transfer.
And this guy's still in college though. He's got to transfer. I have no ties. I can just come right on. Pause.
Okay. But okay, so you're expecting the Fisher win. It's not just Mason. I mean, watching it, was it some good Halo on your end? Like honest, like good challenging Halo?
I'll just look at it from every point of view. I think UOU looked really good. I think UOU trolled a lot. I genuinely think if Fisher was like, or I genuinely think if Fisher was like one link weaker, maybe if they had a different fourth, or like, let's say Hunnit didn't come back and they had some gold players or fourth, right? I think we actually see like a very close finals.
Okay.
UNA. I don't know. Like I love those guys. And I gave them all the love in the world after that, after getting knocked out. Like, and I still want to see them come back next season and perform really well. But that was rough to watch. I mean, like it just was, honestly. I mean, it was a rough one to watch as a, I don't want to say a UNA fan, but as a UNA supporter, right? I do love all those guys and I vibe with with that whole team.
Right.
But it definitely was kind of rough to watch. It just seemed like they definitely weren't on the same page, and it was showing in the gameplay. And then Fisher, yeah, I got to be honest. I mean, they looked like a well-oiled machine, and I mean, even in the sense of, I feel like in some instances there's a lot of teams where they'll just fly just because they know they're going to win their gunfights, but like. Right. In finals when they were down by 10 plus kills against UOU, like you could see where they kind of would lock in and start to kind of move together, and their comms were, even though they weren't like always the most locked in, they were a little trolly. They were still calming better than what I would say half of most teams probably do.
I mean, you go through those, um, but yeah, no, I think the LAN was a success. I would love to see. Obviously, I would love to see less tech issues, like a real like event place, right? Like to remove the tech issues as best as possible. Because like obviously, if you went to an HCS event, yes, there could be tech issues in the pit, but they do try to minimize as much as possible on main stage, so you're not there so late. I think that would have helped out a lot because I mean, it was hot in that room. I heard it from a few people because it was just
It
you
was
got
warm.
that many
It was
PCs,
warm.
so it's hot in that room. I mean, we saw Dill take his jersey off because he needed to play the game. um,
Yeah, no, it was rough.
but speaking of winners, speaking of champs, we're going to transition this. And you've been on Twitter today. You
I
know,
not
you know it
not
was
very
you
much.
know it was just delivered to our HCS World Champs at Shopify Rebellion.
Oh, the rings. I did see that. I'm
The
trolling. I did see that.
the rings. Frosty shared his. I
Oh,
haven't looked at everybody's out. Frosty's rings, 4 different teams. That's an achievement right there. Um, and 3 of which are dominating esports like organizations. Shopify, well, all 4, but like 3 being like early dominating esports, being CLG, Optic Gaming, FaZe Clan, and now Shopify Rebellion. I love the gold and black that Shopify Rebellion has provided. Um, I love the trophy. It's got their gamer tag. Honestly, an amazing ring. It's got the Halo kind of artifact symbols on the side. It looks like, and the cartographer style art on the side of the ring. So amazing ring there. Um, Shout out to them. I mean, they're still dominating. If you haven't seen, they are. You got Cycle and Wyatt, or Last Shot, are dominating the 2v2s. They won the first open. We have the second open coming up this weekend. Um, they were dominating all the qualifiers and the opens going to Atlanta, so it's going to be cool to see them there. They're ranked first right now. Um, I mean, I think, and with the HGS announcement of the Halo Pro League coming back, which I did not expect. And
yeah, I didn't either.
I guess let me ask you this. We have talked many times on this podcast about what are these esports teams doing? Shopify Rebellion, FaZe. I guess not Optic anymore, right? Um,
Yeah, they're gone. They're gone.
like SSG, all these orgs that we haven't heard anything from SSG. They said there was going to be some support. We just haven't seen it yet. Um, I think the FaZe support. Now I think the FaZe support is this 2v2 in Dallas. This is FaZe's hand to change up and give content. But then Shopify brings back the Pro League, which I think is cool. So we're gonna get a format of just continuously competing, and then a LAN in LA.
I
So
like that.
right, I think having a LAN in LA, that's really cool. Having this Pro League again coming back again for now its second season, I think is very cool. So now we've seen Shopify support in HCS in this season. Um, I mean, that all happened kind of at the same time. I mean, it all kind of exploded.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, what are your feelings about that? What do you think is happening in the Halo world to make these announcements all just go and go and go? Venues are booked, locations are booked, dates are booked. Like, I mean, we went with nothing and then got everything. Technically, a lot of stuff we've been asking for.
Yeah.
So, like, do you think something's happening, or was it the right time? Question mark there.
Um. Wait. I. Hmm. Um.
I mean,
I think honestly, there's something in the backfield that we don't know.
and I would love to say this because these leaks have happened. The pro players had said this when HCS was sunsetting, right? HCS, hey, we're not coming back for 2026. We're sunsetting. Um, all the pros were like, hey guys, there's nothing happening. By the way, they weren't
Yeah.
quiet about it. And you know, like you just said, there's got to be something for just out of nowhere. And I know Kason's been like, hey, we're coming back. Don't worry. Um, and I know like Shopify is just a dominant force, but I mean, all at once, we got phase 2v2 announced back to back weeks in May for the 2v2 opens every weekend except the DreamHack weekend. So we have 3 events for phase this month.
Mm-hmm.
The Pro League is announced. Don't know how they're going to decide the pro teams because there's not HCS partner teams anymore. So there's probably going to be a qualifiers for that.
Yep.
I mean, we got the DSA and LVT 4v4 that's happening. I mean, everything announced quite literally at once. It looks like they're trying to get the ball rolling. We don't have any other HCS event this year, do we?
Not
After Atlanta.
just Halo Fest.
Okay, right. Just Halo Fest. So like think about that. All at the same time. We announced all these partnered events. I think something is happening. And I hope it's like a benefit to us because here we go. Esports in 2026, supporting partners. Shopify, Space Station, FaZe, Cloud9, LVT, and Euro Halo League. We've now seen FaZe, check. We've now seen Shopify, check. LVT we've had all season. We got our 2 dream hacks. And if you keep track of my calendar review, we've seen Euro Halo League. They have their LAN at the end of the month. By the way, if you didn't know that, they have a LAN at the end of the month for European teams.
That's actually pretty fire. I can't lie.
So
Sure do wish we got love like that.
yeah, well, we got DreamHack.
Oh, how nice.
But so we're missing 2 teams. We're missing Space Station. Ain't seen nothing. I mean, not if even Space Station tweeted to this tweet back in October of last year and goes, the show goes on. Where you at? Cloud9. Where you at? So just me personally, you know, I think something is going on in the background. And I can speculate all day long, right?
Okay.
You know, I can bring it back to the game being released early, right? The summer game being released early.
Yeah.
We have a month till that, by the way.
Oof.
Till that possibility, right? We don't know it to be true, but we have a month till that possibility. So that's going to be cool. But I don't know. There's got to be something to make these teams make a move like this all at once. That's something big in my opinion when it comes to esports, because that doesn't just happen, especially in Halo.
Or does it happen?
Yeah, look at the college Halo LAN. Made some moves, man. Made some moves.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of those things.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
I mean, just if we're speculating, I've heard a lot of people, and like when I say I've heard a lot of people, I mean people just talking, not like people in higher spaces who have knowledge that, would know if something was happening. But like there's ideas in people's heads that maybe they're releasing early, summer, because it's supposed to be coming out summer.
So there is no due date for the game.
Okay.
It's just 2026. So people speculated that it was November 15th, I think is the date, because that's when the original came out. Halo CE came out in November 25 years ago. And then it got leaked, quote unquote, by apparently a reliable or a reliable source saying it's going to be a summer release uh, after the showcase.
Hmm.
So my thing, here's my thing. If it
Yeah.
is an early release, okay,
Yeah.
the dog get mad. If it is an early release, we're pushing all these events now to make sure they are over with come Halo Fest.
Here's my thought process here.
Okay.
No. No, I'm just joking. Nah, what I've been hearing a lot of people is like, oh, but like maybe they're like gonna release like maybe Summer Game Fest comes out, they're like, hey, release date coming like late summer. And then all of a sudden they're like, and multiplayer experience coming fall. You know what I mean? I don't see that happening, but I've heard multiple people who are like getting in their head about this stuff and this idea that that's gonna somewhat happen.
I would enjoy that. Okay.
Yeah, I bet we all
But
would.
I don't think we get a multiplayer in the fall.
I don't either.
I can see the campaign dropping early, right?
Mhm.
After Game Fest, after we get our we get all this Xbox stuff, after everything this CEO has done, I could see us getting an early release of that of Halo campaign evolved. But then after Halo Fest, getting either like a spring release of the
Yeah.
next game, or if they are so confident, and we'll transition into the next topic, if they're so confident, right after Halo Fest, something drops, but not like a fall. Like it has, it has to deal with Halo Fest in some fashion for marketing purposes, for branding purposes, for excitement. Has to deal with something with Halo Fest. Like there's a whole event at Halo Fest. So like
Could it be an event on a new game?
they've already told us it's on Infinite. But I will say this to you
Sorry.
to transition into our next topic. Everybody's
Yeah,
seen it. This CEO is changing everything. I mean, quite
indeed.
literally is changing everything. I think she's hit a bunch of markers that have been asked for. If you are in the gaming space, not necessarily just Halo, but gaming space, she is changing a lot. She's bringing Xbox back to what Xbox is. Um, and I mean, I'm looking at it. I think it's overall like everything she's doing is just exciting. Game Pass is getting cheaper, but one of her favorite games is Halo. Okay.
Which is why a new multiplayer experience could be coming soon.
But here's what I think Halo Studios has internally created multiple divisions. And we just haven't been told about it. We've obviously heard the bad news online why people left Halo Studios. What was
Mhm.
recently leaked is that in current development is Halo 2 and Halo 3 remakes on the new engine.
Uh,
You need a new case?
yeah, dude. Did you see that? Yeah, look, the little thing where my charger, it's like an otter box, so it's got a little thing that flaps down to block the hole,
Yeah.
and it's literally gonna fall off soon.
Oh man.
Sorry.
But I think like it was leaked that Halo 2 and Halo 3 are currently in development at Halo Studios. They are currently
Mhm,
working
mhm.
on those games in the same aspect that they did with Halo CE. I think Halo CE is done. I think it's honest to God done. They're not working on it outside of bug fixes. If any, I think they're done with the graphics they want in it. They're done with the implementations of the new engine, and they are just cleaning it up. because the leak of Halo 2 and Halo 3 means that year over year they're probably going to back to back release, which would be smart for new players on PlayStation, new players on Xbox, new players on PC.
He's not wrong.
Xbox has also kicked Call of Duty to the curb.
Oh,
Call of Duty
yeah.
is not a day one release. It will be on Game Pass a year after it's released, which means
Can we talk about that?
literally, the old Call of Duty goes live when the new Call of Duty comes out on Game Pass.
Yeah, but I guess I more want to just talk on the fact that like that was literally a like determining factor of them being like, hey, everybody should get Game Pass because like we're gonna like Microsoft is buying Activision. We're going to have the games that you want to play day one. And now they're like, actually, never mind.
You want to know my opinion on it?
Yes, let's hear it.
This is going to be a business side. It's not going to be
Okay.
a personal thing like a vendetta against Call of Duty or whatever.
Oh, here he goes. Business Binky.
Blah, 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 blah. Every year,
Yep.
Xbox probably has a contract renewal with their partner team, like studios on
Yeah.
Game Pass. They'll be like, hey, you want to be a day one? Hey, you want to be a day, you know what I mean? And they're like, hey, this is how much we'll pay you to be a day one, right?
okay.
Let us put you on day one. Like you can still publish on Call of Duty, but let us put you on day one. And this is our deal. You pay us this amount and you'll be a day one release and you'll get this much of a cut out of Game Pass subscriptions. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
What, that's just, I'm just throwing it. That's probably not the contract, but I'm just saying the publishers have to get something out of being a day one release.
Yeah.
Because if you just get Game Pass to play the game, the publisher has made no income if they get nothing from the Game Pass income. But
That's valid.
I think what's her name's Asha, right?
Yeah.
I
I don't
think
know if you said that name right, but yeah, I mean close enough.
yeah, as close as I'm gonna get it, right?
Yeah, you are pretty white.
Yeah.
No,
Exactly.
I'm just trolling. I am too. It's okay.
We both suck. But I think she came in, she's like, this is too much money. Which was the complaint, right? Game Pass was too expensive. So she
That's fair.
pitched an idea. It is $7 cheaper. It's probably Asha.
Honestly, yeah, you're probably right.
You're
probably right.
But she probably pitched it, or maybe not pitched it, said this is what we're doing. Change the contracts. Right? We don't necessarily know when their year was up. So
That is true.
if their year is up, when now the contract could have been pitched, hey, Activision, you get less money because you actually lost 60% of your player base and proved no investment to Game Pass. Activision, being Activision, and me and you probably know this, said,
yeah,
that's horrible. We're not doing that. And then they were like, okay, you won't be a day one release. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, so Xbox is being booted off the day ones, and they're bringing in other people on day ones.
I mean, still valid.
So yes, Call of Duty will be on Xbox.
Who do you see them bringing on though? Is my question.
Square Enix.
You think so?
Have you not seen what they're doing?
No.
We currently have 5 Final Fantasies added to Game Pass. We have a lot of indie developers that are being added to Game Pass. And those 5 Final Fantasies, it's 1 through 5, have been ported and into this within the last month. And also, I think World of Warcraft, because Activision,
the console port's coming soon, right?
Yeah, Activision and Blizzard Activision, 2 different divisions.
Same company, different games.
Right. So Diablo is on here right now. Buy the expansion now. Play Diablo. So like I think the Blizzard aspect of it, we're still going to get a lot of the Blizzards, but we're not going to get the Call of Duty, which is fine. Um,
Yeah,
because like
that's
I
fair.
said, player base tanked. But I think a lot of indie games are going to come in to play. Square Enix, Final Fantasy's coming into play. Um, so just kind of keeping an eye on that. I don't think losing Call of Duty for day one matters as much as people think it does. I mean, the player base shrunk. There's too many cheaters. It's not a good game. Literally, Scump doesn't even want to play the game.
That's not a good look. Like when, and you're right. I mean, like, there's a lot of people who just don't want to play right now, and it's not.
Yep.
I don't know. It's just not
Oh,
a good look for the game in general.
yeah, it's not at all. It's really like it's very depressing. Resident Evil coming to Game Pass completely. So maybe the next one will be a day one release. Because they just added 7, I think, to Game Pass. Um, there's just there are moves being made to benefit the player base, the players like me and you. Um, I think game titles are going to be prioritized like they used to be, being Halo, Gears of War, Forza, the games they want to advertise. I think Call of Duty is going to get pushed to the curb, even though Microsoft owns them. If Activision doesn't want to play, they don't want to play. Um, which I imagine Xbox is perfectly fine with if they're pushing these newer titles like Gears of War E Day and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
And the Discord fix. I mean,
With like Nitro, or what are you talking about?
um, let's see. Yeah. So they're teaming up with Discord to make Game Pass more flexible for players. So
Yeah.
teaming up with Discord in that aspect, like the possible getting Nitro with Game Pass. Also, the fact that they want to make a tiered Game Pass so you can choose what you pay, not
Yep.
just pay a base, like is really cool. Um, oh, I forgot about this collab. Um, Kyojima in the first 2 months, the Xbox CEO had a meeting with Kyojima.
That's not bad.
So like, and he literally got a branded box that said Xbox for Kyojima. Like,
Not bad at all, actually.
just saying, Death
I think that
Stranding,
would be like a huge thing. Because I mean,
right?
he's got. Wait, you're talking about
The person who made Death Stranding.
Kojima?
Oh, is that how you say it? Kojima?
Yeah, yeah. I was a little confused. Yeah, no, like he's got the new OD game coming out. I mean, there's like all sorts of stuff that he's got working right now. So I feel like that's not a bad shout. Like if that was it wouldn't be bad.
I mean, who needs COD? Not us.
Well, not us, but a lot of people do.
I
So
mean, a lot of less people recently. Um,
yeah, if they could actually make a good game, it could be
it's
great instead
it's
of just making Black Ops 6 2.0.
yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, it's no longer Microsoft Gaming. It's Xbox. It's no longer this is an Xbox.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
it's I just think like a lot of things are coming back to 2007, 2008. So I think Halo Studios has a fire lit under them to produce content and own the content. Like we have to realize, Halo Studios came into play in Halo 4, or which was 343. They picked up where a team left off. Technically, Bungie owns those assets. Probably didn't give them to Microsoft. So we got the Halo 4 that we got. And then we got the Halo 5. Halo 5 was an improvement, but it took forever, 6 years or whatever it was, to give us Halo Infinite, which brought back a lot of the classic aspects from Halo 1, 2, and 3. having like those weapons, the way they look, the way they feel. So I think Halo Studios wants to own this property. They have a fire lit under them. They have goals that are now like driven goals versus just blindly making a hype title that everyone just likes and then they fumble yet again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I'm excited.
I do.
I'm excited for we have it is a month or it's a month because it's past midnight for us, but it was a month as of when we started this till the showcase. So
Oh, it's
that
past midnight. I gotta go to bed. Um,
this man works till 2 a.m. most nights.
Dude, it's killing me. It's killing me.
But I'm excited for what's to come. We're back on the podcast grind, so I think news is just going to start coming our way. Um, I don't think we're streaming. There's no way we're doing this next week, are we?
Mm,
I mean, I could
streaming what?
the podcast. No way we're doing the podcast. Are we doing the podcast this week?
Oh no, we're doing a live episode with Milk and Country in Atlanta.
What?
No?
Sure. I mean, sure.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's the best time to get that episode in. You know.
That's true. I'll get a webcam. You bring a laptop. I guess I'll transfer these files to you for our layout.
Layout schmayout.
Well, I can. Ooh, I got some ideas. I'm a cook. But yeah, I mean that's it. That's all. That's all I got to talk about. What do you got? Anything you want to go before we sign off?
I feel like we're missing something. Are we missing something?
Are we missing something?
I feel like we might be missing something.
Hmm. Mm-mm-mm.
Maybe we're not. Maybe I am trolling. I could be trolling. Like I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
It's
the
very easy for me to
LAN,
be trolling here.
HCS stuff, Xbox changes.
Now I remember.
What?
Guys, it's Banksy's birth. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. All right. Yeah, I'm actually done. I just wanted to troll for a second.
All right. Well, I mean, that's all I have, guys. If you do enjoy, do follow us on Twitter, Twitch, subscribe on YouTube. If you want to subscribe on Twitch, that would be awesome. At 100 subs, we'll do a hot tub stream. I'll figure it out.
All right.
And yeah, follow us on our socials. The grind's back. We have some content that I'm forced Ben to do. And then we'll get going. But that's all I got. Send us off, Ben.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am super, super appreciative of you guys being with us. I'm looking at my I'm looking at my Discord, not at my camera. Super, super appreciative for you. Yeah, I'm looking at you. Thank you guys for sticking around for another episode. Waiting for the little bit of a break. Once again, my bad. But we will see you in the next one. Peace out.